How to become rich and famous being the world's leading expert. You've reached Success Hotline, message number 10,203. I'm Dr. Rob Gilbert. How do you become the world's leading expert, and how do you make money being the world's leading expert? Well, let me go through 5 steps with you. Number 1, you have to find a problem-solving niche. You have to find a small area. You cannot be all things to all people. You cannot be a general practitioner. So you can't, say, teach swimming. What do? I teach swimming. No, you have to teach swimming to people who are afraid to swim. You have to teach swimming to people who want to go to the Olympics. You have to have a problem-solving niche. Step 2, you have to become a world-class expert in the problem-solving niche. Now, in the last message, I told you 2 ways to become a world-class expert. The slow way and the fast way. I tried the slow way. It took me 50 years. You don't want to do that. You don't want to go to school, then go to graduate school, and then become a professor and study an area for 50 years. You want to take easy pass. What you could do is interview all the experts. So whatever your field, teaching chess to middle school kids, find the experts and the people who teach chess to middle school kids and interview them. Interview them for information. Will they speak to you? Yes. So step number 1, find a problem-solving niche. Step number 2, become a world-class expert in niche. Step number 3, since you want to become rich and famous, you have to become the perceived expert. So you have to learn how to use no-cost and low-cost marketing and PR techniques, no-cost and low-cost social media, so you're always out there. You have to have blogs, you have to have podcasts, you have to have books. Step number 4, I want you to think of a wheel, and then there's a hub, and then there's the rubber wheel, and then there's spokes. You're the hub, you and all of your knowledge. All the people interested are the rubber wheel, and the spokes are all the way you connect with them. You write books, you give seminars, you do personal trainings, you have podcasts, you have hotlines. So the more spokes you have, the better. You need ways to connect with the people. Some ways will just be advertising, and some ways will just be revenue producing. But you need both. And step number 5 is you have to keep doing and updating step 1 through 4. You have to keep refining your niche. You have to become the expert. You have to become the perceived expert, and you have to have products and services, both that are free and both that will make you money, for all the people who are interested in your problem-solving niche. The way I think you want to be perceived is you want to be an accessible expert. You want to be a person who really, really knows what they're doing, but people know that you're accessible. They could speak to you, they could call you, they could email you. So that is my best take on the 5 steps to become a world-class expert. As I mentioned on my last podcast, if you're in the area of fitness and you want to start a whole new area, I have an idea for you. There's no money involved with this. I'm going to give it to you for free. But email me at sendmeastory@AOL.com, and in the subject line put expert ! And I'll get right back to you. Thanks for your interest. Thanks for listening. Message over.